E2G Sports Podcast, live and well, coming to you from the lovely town of Fall River, Mass. We can be seen or heard worldwide on the web, on Facebook.com, on YouTube.com. Johnny Sunchips, Buddy Andre, Tyler O'Neill for you.
Can
welcome.
you just share the link?
I can share the link.
I can't find anything. That's okay. Keep going. I'm sorry. Sorry to do that to the listeners.
No, it's too. It's tough for me to. It's tough for me to multitask. I'm going to share it Facebook to my friends. Okay.
Yes, that works.
All right, it's being shared. Pardon me, guys. Anyway, welcome. It is Friday, January 3rd, 2020.
Thanks, Tyler. Happy
New Year and all that good stuff. It is over. The holiday season's over. And we are well into the, I'm not going to say well into, but it is postseason football now. It is wild card weekend in the NFL, and this is the E2G Sports Podcast wild card weekend edition. It is 11:01 a.m. Eastern Time. And starting tomorrow, it's 12 teams vying for the Holy Grail.
Yep.
And here we go, wild card weekend, which is always pretty interesting. But you know what's funny, too? You'd never know there was a playoff game up in Foxborough.
No.
Because there's no buzz because of what happened last week, and we'll get into that because I think everyone, to a man, woman, locally, nationally, I was like, I'm going to turn my volume down.
It's me.
Is it you?
Yep.
No, did not think that the Patriots would be playing this weekend. Everyone was all set for the bye, including yours truly. Buddy, I'm sure you were.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about it because I know there's a couple knee-jerk reactions after. We'll get into that, but I'm going to go back a couple weeks. I haven't been here a couple weeks. We haven't been here. Cincinnati, then came Buffalo, right? We talked about the get-well game in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Kind of was, kind of wasn't. Wasn't as one-sided as it could have been against the 1-12 team at the time. Joe Mixon ran up and around them for a little while, and they got their offense together in the second half. New England did, to pull out a victory. They go to Buffalo, and it looked like everything was remedied, at least offensively. Good Buffalo team. Had a chance to win it at the end. It came down to the quarterback making plays, but that was a real quality win, arguably their biggest win of the year.
It was game planned very well.
Exactly.
That was the first thing that came out of my mind was, wow, what a freaking game plan that was.
Mm-hmm.
Josh McDaniel, and he just went.
So you think
out of his way to just get 400-plus yards on a great Buffalo Bills defense.
Right. He had that defense playing on its heels. Having said that, Buffalo still was in the game. But here's my so we go back to the Buffalo game. We look at the Buffalo game and say, okay, this is where the team steps up. We keep waiting for that flip the switch sort of moment. It seemed to happen that game. Brady looked better. He looked healthy. So they come into Miami, or Miami comes here, and you and I talked about this because I heard many talking heads, and it pissed me off how they thought this Miami team, like Miami teams of the past, were just going to come up to New England, have the bus, keep the buses running, keep the bags packed, don't even go to the locker room, get on the bus, get the hell out of here, and go back to Miami. You and I both know on the floor is that this was not going to happen.
Yeah,
they were coming into play. They were coming into play, and they did. And we all know what happened. And the game wasn't even that close, in my opinion. Miami dominated parts of that game.
Yeah, the big point where Patriots could have taken over control of that game was the end of the first half, beginning of the second half. And
that's on the coach.
Ran out the clock and 3-and-out punted.
They did not use a timeout.
After bringing it back from 10-0 to 10-10.
Right. Had Miami at their own 20 with 3 timeouts in your back pocket, and you don't do a thing. That was bad coaching.
Nope. That was unbelievable. I could not believe what I was watching.
Right. Because you defer to get to that moment, right? They do it all the time.
Double score.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an old Madden strategy.
Absolutely, and it works because they've won many a coin toss, and we've seen what they do. They can do that score at the end of the half and put a team and stomp on their throat. First series coming out in the second half, third quarter. Had a chance to do that against Miami, and a much inferior team talent-wise. Couldn't get it done. And we all know what happened after that. But obviously, there's two teams, two sides. I mean, is it more? Was that more of a Patriot team not being able to step up at that moment?
It was a combination of the two.
And Miami coming in and playing the game of their year.
And the other thing I don't understand is how the second that Chad O'Shea was fired, he wasn't in here going, this is what we did to you.
Right.
This is what your weaknesses are. This is what you need to fix up for this week and to make a playoff run. Don't understand why that didn't happen. They did it in 2011 with Josh McDaniels and brought him in. So I truly don't understand.
You're perplexed by the modus operandi of this staff as a whole leaking down to the team. It's something's different about this team. We all know, and I'll agree with, and maybe you'll agree with me, maybe you won't. Personnel-wise, they're not as talented as teams of the past. They're just not. And the players that are, Edelman on the offensive side is banged up.
Yeah, they said this week is the best he's looked for that separated shoulder. That it's pretty much back. So we'll see if he can actually reach up for a ball.
Right.
Because anytime it's over his head, it's not a catch.
No, it's not going to be. And is Brady healthy with his elbow? At times he looks at. Let me ask you this as a Patriot fan. I'm kind of segueing a little bit. If you're a fan of the Patriots, does Brady's performance, as good as it was against Buffalo, kind of piss you off a little bit? Meaning, why can't he perform like that every week?
It's just some of the parts, but my play that I go back to was early on. He had Dorsett on like a 16-yard comeback on the left side and totally overthrew him. And I was already like, oh, boy. Because last week he was hitting that pass. That was the play. And if you can remember that play in the game, it may seem insignificant, but that right there told me where the accuracy level was going to be.
It's got to be
just a lot of misses.
Yeah.
And even the Dorsett deep ball was a diving catch. It just didn't look right last week. There was no flow to anything. That's what it comes down to is pace and tempo. There was no pace, tempo, anything.
No, they're not on the same page offensively.
No, the only thing that was working really well was the screen game,
right?
Which is very positive if they can get that going.
Of course, because then you can do the jet sweep with Henry, setting stuff up if you need to, and utilize his size in another way as opposed to just sending him on a down out.
No, I like his back body. The fade throw was awful.
Yeah.
It was off. But I like the plays he does make, though. I like what he can do out there on the field. Those back shoulder throws, down low, body position.
Yeah.
Basically a good rebounder.
Right. And we haven't seen a lot of him, so he hasn't been on the field. So we really can't really judge him yet. Is he talented? Yes.
Yes.
Will he fit into the offense? I think he will. It's just you're asking a lot for this guy to do what he does now because it's just so depleted on the receiver end.
I don't like the excuse that people say, well, he missed the first 8 weeks. No, he was in the classroom.
Right.
He was doing all the other aspects other than playing football. That was very important. 8 weeks to get acclimated and up to jump with the team. Now we got to see it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now we got to see it. Do or die time. They got to connect on these plays.
I said it a couple weeks ago, and I think you may have said it with me. He may be the most important piece if this team's going to go on a run. Is this rookie who's been in it just a handful of games this year?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure on him. Can he hold up to that? Does Brady trust him enough? He's getting to the point where now, if he doesn't have anything else, if Edelman is not the same, he's not going to be open because they're going to box him in, and they're going to dare you to beat him with everybody else. So you're looking at Dorsett and Henry to be the guys. And he's going to have to find a way to get these guys the ball. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think this team can flip a switch. I really don't.
No, I thought they did with the Buffalo game, but went right back off.
Yeah.
The power went right back out. And it just wasn't there. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, to me, it's a tempo and flow thing.
And this
consistency, in and out of huddles, just all the little things I see.
Yeah, I mean, Brady showing up to the post-game presser with ice in his elbow. I mean, that doesn't happen. This guy had a broken foot one year, and he didn't know until the offseason.
Yeah.
When he
separated shoulder in 2002,
right.
He wouldn't have even played in the playoff game.
Right.
Had the Jets not beaten the Packers that day.
You don't know this about this team. They're so secretive about it. And he comes out into a post-game presser with a big freaking ice pack on his elbow.
Cute.
Yeah, letting people know. But it's just, this team's different. I think they're in flux. I'm not sure. And I think there's a lot of stuff going on with, boy, I'll tell you, Brady's, it's all you're going to hear. Imagine if this team were to go to a Super Bowl, you'd have 2 weeks of Brady's last game.
Yeah.
Right?
It'd be
2 weeks of hell for him.
It would be 2 weeks of ridiculous questions.
That's all.
You got to be able to tune that crap out.
Right. I mean, that's a long way to go. What did you say?
I almost swore.
That's all right. I know. I said what
I still have that radio thing in me, not to drop F-bombs.
I do too, and so many people feel like they can, but I just don't.
Yeah,
Like I'll throw like
Clean
a
it up.
Yeah, I'll throw like a mongoose or whatever outside of here, but not here.
Poopy. Damn it.
Oh, shucks. Anyway, but I think, and getting back to, so we looked at the Miami game, and I told you this before the show. It's a Miami team that looks very attractive to free agents, what they did to New England, because we get a lot of cap room. Miami's a great place to live, to be. So Miami did their organization a lot of favors last week.
Oh, yeah. Recruit, as you said, a good recruiting tool with all the money they have.
No question.
We're on the upswing. Come live in South Beach.
Yep.
It was a great recruiting tool. I hadn't even thought of it that way. That was such a great point by you.
Yeah, thanks.
I like when people look in the window.
I know. I was going to say, who the heck, who you, it's like we're in a fishbowl here. Yeah. Who are you waving at?
I don't know.
Do you want to go sign or do you want to go sign an autograph?
I don't know.
I'll
Maybe
cover
he'll
for
wait
you.
outside. Maybe he'll wait outside for me. I don't know.
If you don't know the setup, Buddy's looking out the window. I have my peripheral vision out of my left eye.
Yeah, I can. What I can see basically is straight to Bedford Street, if you know Bedford Street and
right.
Fall River, and I can watch Mr. Chicken Business and whatever the other thing is. So if you're going to Mr. Chicken, I'm watching
Mr.
you.
Chicken. Shameless plug. I'm looking at snow-capped mountains, beautiful landscape.
Tyler.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I woke up.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I want to get into that. Then that's part of the buzz, and we're going to take a break in a minute. But I did want to say a couple things. Pardon me, as I cough up a fur ball. There's no buzz for this game because everyone was expecting to play next week. Having said that,
you know what I love?
What?
There's going to be a lot of hardcore fans there tomorrow night.
You know,
people who normally can't afford to go are going. I'm actually going tomorrow. I'm coming out of retirement tomorrow. My daughter's 16th birthday.
I didn't
month as I'm going to call it, spectacular. And she wanted to go see her boy Mahomes against Edelman 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And I said, it's going to be expensive, but I'll work on it. And then they lost the game, and I said, do you still want to go? She said, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
you're going to try and get to Kansas City if they win?
No.
Oh, this game. All right.
We're going tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We actually got 7 tickets for tomorrow night. How's that for you? I got 7 tickets for a playoff game.
That wouldn't. When did you get it?
Right out Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. Because I'm willing to bet, man, come Monday you could have gotten anything for him, but I think when clearer head settled in.
Nope. No, it's the secondary market's awful. And it's great because it's all the people who I used to go to games with a long time ago who don't go to games anymore.
The hardcore fans. The fans that'll actually stand up and cheer.
Oh, yeah.
Even if your
it's
team...
It's going to be loud tomorrow.
They need to be.
The word... Have you ever heard...
Home field advantage? Hello?
No, let me see.
No, tell me...
Is there a Webster dictionary? I'm sure Webster's has a dictionary page.
Why? What do you want to...
I'm going to look up proactive.
I think it's hyphenated.
Yeah.
What's proactive fan base? No, that wouldn't be.
Like, even when your team isn't playing well, you don't sit on your hands. You actually get up and lift them up. I've been in other stadiums and seen stadiums do that before.
In Seattle, they call that the 12th man, right?
Yeah.
Places like that. Kansas City is a great home field advantage.
Oh, Kansas City's an unbelievable home field. Denver lift up their team.
Absolutely.
Remember a few years ago, the Chris Harper game where he fumbled the punt?
Mm-hmm.
Those fans were on their feet the whole game.
Right.
They were down like 21-7. You can cheer when your team's behind.
And hey, isn't that funny, though? The teams, they're not getting blown out. They're behind to another team, and that's a reason for you not to get up and cheer. First of all, if I'm paying good money to go to a game, I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can. Number one. Number two is lift your team up. They feed off of that stuff.
Yeah, the players said it.
Of course.
The announcers said it.
Right.
Everybody said it this week. When you're getting called out by the players on the field,
get up, get off your arses. I can't stand that. But and that may be part and parcel for the way that fans are spoiled in this area. It's what have they done for me lately? A 12-4 team is not good enough. You need to always have a home field advantage and a first round bye in order to get there. And God forbid if you don't, well, you know what? I'm just not going to go. It's going to be bad weather. Right.
Adjective.
When did this?
Did you know proactive is an adjective?
Yeah.
Acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or changes.
Did you get that? We're going to take a break.
Ponder on that. You can be proactive.
Right. And before that, I just want to say this.
And I know a lot of people gifted these tickets. Dude, gift them to people who aren't there to be on their phone.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like freaking really.
Right. Just one thing before we take a break, Tyler. This whole dynasty, if you will, this 20-year run started on a very snowy day with the Oakland Raiders.
Yes, it
So,
did.
and people were out for that game. And if it's snowy and rainy tomorrow, what's the difference?
It's
Get
going
out
to be
there.
snowy tomorrow.
Right. So get out there. Go. Jesus. Spoiled fan base. You're all spoiled. You're all spoiled. Shame
I'm not
on
going to
you.
say all are spoiled.
Yeah, right. I'm generalizing, of course, but people I know.
There's a lot of people I know who are hardcore fans.
All right,
who've
I
been
agree.
doing this a long time.
In all due respect, again, I'm generalizing because a lot of the fans are bandwagons, and I shudder to think if this team starts losing, how they can handle that. What have you done for me lately? It could get very ugly in these parts. We'll pontificate more on that. We'll talk more about the matchups, including what New England's going to do tomorrow against Tennessee. This is the E2G Sports Podcast. Buddy and I will be back with more NFL talk after this.
Life around here can be hard. Money's tight, unemployment's high, and sometimes opportunity seems too far away. You work hard and often. At times, you might not have the time or the energy to fight. The insurance companies in corporate America have endless resources and their pockets are full, and they don't fight fair. That's why when it comes to your legal matters, you need someone who's fought them and won over and over again. Someone who's going to take it personally, not get intimidated, not get bullied or pushed around for an early or unjust settlement. My record is proven. The results are clear. Let me and my firm fight for you when you need it most.
At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash today. That's right, cash money immediately for your old appliances, old automobiles, metal wire, and scrap salvage. Excel has 3 locations in the South Coast. 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona. Nobody will pay you more than Excel. At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash. Come see us again at 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona.
KB Glass Company can cover all your needs. Commercial, residential, storefronts, glass replacements, custom showers, and mirrors. Whether it's for your business or your home, KB Glass is your one-stop shop for all your glass needs. Call KB Glass at 508-677-7179 or 401-639-2716.
And we are back. It is 11:18 here on the E2G Sports Podcast, wild card edition, if you will, coming to you on Facebook.com as well as YouTube.com. Buddy Andrade, John Ahern, Tyler O'Neill. 3 Ps in this lovely pod in Fall River.
Yes, and I got the window view.
Yes.
There goes another person.
Shout out time.
Yeah.
Joe, Buddy, you're gonna go. Buddy's gonna go kiss babies and shake hands, and I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
I'm busting your chops. Joe Forand, recent surgery, Joe. Get well. We'll see you soon. Just want to shout out. Know you're listening. And you are one of the hardcore fans that Buddy has talked about. So always a pleasure to have you on and appreciate it. And feel better, my friend. I will see you soon. I know you probably cast me on Bogey Island when I didn't show up the last time. Remember that last time we had to get together? You said, if you don't show up, Joe's going to disown you.
Oh, yeah. To fire
So I
you up.
apologize. But we'll talk soon. Feel better, buddy. And with that said, let's get into these matchups, shall we?
Yes.
Because it's playoff football, man, and it's a different element. Say what you want. Wipe the records out. Different. Play calling's different. Flow of the game seems to be different. Crowds can be electric, except maybe up here in Foxborough.
No, it's going to be electric
I know,
tomorrow.
I
Wait
know.
until you see.
I know. I'm giving out.
I want the old Foxborough back. I want somebody to pee on my hands in the bathroom.
It is going to be single-handedly. Moises Alou, by the way.
What's that?
Moises Alou would urinate
Yeah.
on your hands. Inside joke. But I think it's a bad. You're going to single-handedly get that whole stadium up tomorrow if you have to.
Oh,
That's what.
my daughter is. She's so fired up.
Well, you are.
Like, she is so ready for this.
That
tomorrow
apple
night.
did not fall far from the tree.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
be that as it may, both of you. That's a great time. Happy birthday to your daughter, too.
Happy birthday, Hadley.
Yeah,
Happy birthday month. Yeah.
Yep.
And Braylon, too. It's the same day, but 16 and 14. And Braylon will get her 16 moment in a few years.
Now, when is my son and your daughter share the same birthday?
January 19th.
Right.
Yep.
Championship Sunday.
There's a lot of, I know a lot of January 19th people
I do
for
too.
whatever it is. Both my daughters, your son.
Mm-hmm.
We have an aunt.
Both your daughters are on the same day?
How long have you known me and you don't know this?
I didn't.
You knew this. Yes. My daughters are same birthday 2 years to the day. Same weight,
Why-
same
how
height,
did-
same APGAR score.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Braylon was born 15 minutes before midnight. Just made it.
Wow.
We got induced at 5 o'clock that night. We took Hadley out for her birthday. We went to Chuck E. Cheese. We went with my dad to, it was TK's at the time.
Right.
Now Buster's in Dartmouth. And we dropped Hadley off with Grandma, went, had a baby. Next day she came in, picture, and she's just there like this, like sad face, like, what is
That's
this?
awesome. And being a father myself, you can appreciate those moments.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And the unconditional love that goes with it. I'm going to get a little misty. I keep talking about that. But no, that's great. And and pardon me if I forgot. I knew one of your daughters were, but shame on me. I'm going to be, they'll probably never let me in the city of New Bedford again. Don't come here. You can't come here, John. No, Dad, you can't have your friend John over. He doesn't know our birthdays are the same day. Get out. Get out.
You're one of the daughter's favorites, by the way. Just so you know.
Your daughter, you got a great family. Kudos to you and your wife. And her poor bears. Anyway, let's get into the matchup, shall we? The number 5 seed Buffalo goes to Houston
Yes.
to play number 4 Houston. A very interesting game. Buffalo's has not. December 30th, 1995 was their last playoff victory.
Against the Miami Dolphins in a wild card round.
Yeah, Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly's second to last year.
Only 2 streaks are longer than that.
The Browns and the Bengals?
No, Bengals won 1991,
Oh, the Browns won in 94.
and the Detroit Lions in
91. They beat,
92.
they crushed, no, well, it was 91 season,
Right.
the Mike Utley season.
They beat Dallas.
Like 38-7.
A 7-9 Dallas team. I believe it was Troy Aikman's first or second year. Steve Buerlein. No, that was the year before. Dallas went 7-9 and got in the playoffs.
They beat Chicago on
Right,
the road.
right.
Yeah, I was watching it Wachusett.
Who was the quarterback of the Detroit Lions?
That was, don't do
I
this.
love this.
Is it Eric Kramer?
Eric Kramer. I
Yeah.
loved him. Loved Eric Kramer.
Well, they had like 4, like
I know.
Rodney Pete,
But
Kramer.
But he had that little schoolboy nerdish look. He'd just come up to the line looking like this.
like he should be scared.
Yeah, and he wasn't.
Like they were going to kidnap his lunch
it was
money
great.
from him.
It was great. And then, of course, they ran into that buzzsaw in the Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I think Barry actually fumbled and it got run back by Martin Mayhew, who we see a lot
Yep, they
of
crushed.
now, who's still in the league at like an executive level.
Mm-hmm.
Went up 20-0. Oh, yeah, everybody was a Lions fan after Mike Utley
Oh, of
paralyzed
course.
and gave the thumbs up.
And that was Wayne Fonts, right? New Bedford, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New Bedford's own Wayne
They had
Fonts.
some good teams back
That was
then.
a fun season. And at the end of every year, you'd hear, well, Wayne Fonts was on the hot seat, and it'd be like week 12, and they'd run the table and
Yep.
end up in the playoffs
Yep.
every year.
It was amazing.
And every year, people would go, is this the year the run and shoot goes to the Super Bowl? Nope.
It was great. I'm trying to think of some of the receivers, but I'd have to go back.
Oh, Herman Moore,
Herman Moore.
Johnny Morton,
That's right.
Eric Green.
Herman Moore from Virginia. Yeah,
Herman Moore with those ears. The car doors were always open.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Dumbo-looking ears. So anyway, we got the Buffalo Bills. Good defense. Are they playing playing with house money in Buffalo, or is there a little? I think expectations are a little higher there. That they should.
They were playing with house money 2 years ago. There's a little bit more expectations because of what the defense is.
Right.
And there's been put into this. And there's still cap room and draft picks to make this team even better.
And Josh Allen the kid Allen's, you would think is going to get better and flourish. They go to a Houston team that I'm still not. J.J. Watt's back, so if anything, they're going to have an inspirational advantage in that respect. But
It's the Saturday afternoon Houston wild card loss. The only year it hasn't been a loss is when they faced Connor Cook,
right,
the third, who should have been a backup at Michigan State, never mind a third-string quarterback in the NFL.
this is how Houston is. They're too up and down for me. I still don't believe in them. I don't know why. I just don't. I like Watson, great receivers. but I just don't believe him. And I think, talk about a crowd you can quiet down real quickly.
I was there.
That would be there.
Yeah, that's there.
Because
they're
they're waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh,
Every year.
they're down 7-0 right now.
Just right.
Am I right? In their minds,
I agree.
the fans are down 7-0 already.
Home field advantage.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hasn't been a home field advantage.
Nope.
They beat the Bengals twice. Well, everybody beats the Bengals
Right.
in the playoffs, so I don't care to hear that.
So the Texans pass rush ranked number 26, and they only had 31 sacks this year. So J.J. Watt, if anything, is going to command a little more double teaming, just to have him out there on the field like a Terrell Suggs in Kansas City. Is going to, it's the presence here is going to command a little more attention. But I can honestly tell you, Buffalo could win this game by double digits.
I don't know if I can go that far because I'm not sure
On Allen.
their offense is good enough to do it. You know who I feel is going to play an important role tomorrow? And it's going to be the calming influence. I'm not going to say he's going to run for 100 yards. I think Frank Gore can be kind of that calming influence to get you through that initial part of the game where that first 10 minutes of the game you want to weather the storm.
Got it.
And you hand off the ball to a guy like Frank Gore who can get you some tough yards. All right, crowd still, all right, yeah, they got a first down, all right. I'm still semi-cheering, but, yeah, dude, till it gets to a football game, because a playoff
Right.
game, the first 5 to 10 minutes are emotion, riding the
question.
wave as a road team,
Yep.
and it's a way of taking that crowd out of it and making it a football atmosphere again and a football game again.
Have a real workman's type load, 3.5 yards a carry. Doesn't have to run for 150 yards.
You're not going to worry about him fumbling.
Right.
Or the spot being too big for him. I think he's an important player early in that game.
You could be right. I could be right with that. And like you said, that would take the steam, take any crowd advantage out of it, at least kind of neutralize them a little bit, and
Yeah.
and establish that tempo, if you will, and that aura. If you're a road team going in, no matter where you play, that also will help Josh Allen. But what I like about Buffalo, they can shorten the game a little bit now too.
Yeah.
They can control. They can go on time-consuming ball control drives, meet some of the clock with Gore and the receivers. So
Another thing to worry about with Allen is it's not just the interceptions. He carries that ball like a loaf of bread sometimes.
Yeah.
He fumbles a lot. They recover. For some reason, they seem to be in that area and recovers a good amount. But
right.
that's why I just think Frank Gore is the perfect guy to start in that game and feed early and not ride him. Not ride him the whole game to victory. I'm not saying he's the key. But I think he's the perfect guy to kind of mellow it all out.
Right.
Calm the room down. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's emotional. He's the guy who's going to bring the room down.
Right. It makes sense. And he's the guy to do it, because you talk about a guy who's had a real good career, and you don't really hear about him on social media, off the field. He kind of just goes and does his job,
You know
if
what
you will.
you hear? His son just committed to college.
And
That's what you hear about the guy.
right.
Consummate pro. Good guy to have in the room for a moment like this.
And he's from the U.
Yep.
The U.
Yeah, back when they were relevant.
Yes, exactly. And back when they were a bunch of bad boys too, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, now they're getting smacked by Louisiana Tech.
Jesus, they've fallen. I know. They have fallen. We can get into that. That's another time. But yeah, this will be a good game. It's at 4:35 on Saturday. Having said all I've said, and maybe I was a little too overzealous about the double-digit win, and maybe a couple of turnovers could do that, but I think they can neutralize Deshaun Watson, and I think you can neutralize him and keep him in within range. They can do some real good things defensively. I like Buffalo to win this game on the road.
I'm taking Buffalo, too.
How about that? We're going to skip the Saturday night matchup because that's right
We've
up
already
the,
semi-talked about
right,
that.
semi-talk, but we'll get into the nuts and bolts of it. Minnesota, this is Sunday at 1:05.
I don't even think this is a game. This should get like about 3 minutes of our attention at the most.
Really?
Yeah.
You can see Minnesota competing in this game at all?
Nope. Kirk
it-
Cousins is a big-time money failure.
7-16, having said that, in primetime and playoff games in his career. But the Vikings are 3-1 all-time versus the Saints in the playoffs. So historically, yeah. But you're right. And, oh, by the way, New Orleans offense kicked it back in. Kamara's now more of a factor, and they scored 34 points or more the last 7 games of the year. So they're rolling at the right time.
And the other piece
There's a
that
trend
nobody's talking about, Jared Cook. Down the stretch, he's been very good.
Mm-hmm.
And not that you have to free up Michael Thomas because he's as Steve Smith would say, he's got a PhD in route running.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
I was able to watch some of his
can
stuff online because I heard Bedard say about it. He's a great route runner. So I started to look it up. You couldn't draw it up any better than what he does.
No.
Phenomenal. Just runs the route.
You write it down in the playbook, and he follows it.
And he'll be there when the ball's there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Not the fastest guy. His play speed is tremendous.
Yeah.
Compared to what his time speed is. That's why these 40-yard dash sometime, man. There's so many other elements to evaluate
And he's
these
got
players.
From the neck up, he's pretty solid there.
Yep.
And that's a huge key. We've seen a lot of receivers who don't have that and a fail, no matter what the physical attributes are. I like New Orleans in this game, too. Buddy's out looking out the window. Tyler's out, like, screaming at me to take a break. Tyler, you know what to do? Get, like, a little paintball gun and just freaking aim it at me next time. Or because we have a light here in studio, which is showing my bad side, which is every side of me. So it's tough to me to see him over there, but I see him now. Anyway, producer says break. I got to go to break. Buddy's going to go kiss babies again and shake some hands, sign a couple autographs.
And I'm going to figure out how this van and car aren't colliding. Okay.
You need to tell me because I can't see that.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to go off the rails a little more. Next segment will be up. We're going to get into the 2 games on Sunday. Seattle, Philadelphia, which is real intriguing to me. I'll tell you why after that. But we'll be back with more of the E2G Sports Podcast Wildcard Edition after this.
Another summer has passed, and once again your dream of having a pool in your backyard has come and gone. Right now is the time to make sure it doesn't happen again. Call Apollo Pools and Spas now and lock your date in for the pool you have always wanted, for you, your family, and friends to enjoy. Don't wait another minute. Call Matt Collins at Apollo Pools and Spas at 508-923-7381. 508-923-7381. Apollo Pools and Spas is located on Route 44, Lakeville, Mass. In today's day and age, security isn't a luxury, it's a must. That's why it's time you call Total Security Technology. Whether you're protecting your house from a break-in or package poachers, or protecting your business from vandals or thieves, Total Security Technology will help prevent the crime from happening or catch the criminal in the act with their state-of-the-art security system. Call the area's foremost security expert, Scott Bazinet, at Total Security Technology for a consult. Call Scott at 401-297-7982. That's 401-297-7982. Quality counts at Highland Fence. Highland Fence has been keeping neighbors friendly and protecting your businesses for 31 years. That's 31 years of serving Southeastern Mass and Rhode Island. Whether it's residential or commercial, Highland Fence's reputation is second to none. Remember, quality counts at Highland Fence. Call Highland Fence at 508-678-4650. 508-678-4650.
Yes, we're back. Buddy, we're back. This is the E2G Sports Podcast on this new year. Not the end of a decade, by the way. I won't get me started with that again. This is the year 2020.
Okay, no.
Last year of the decade.
No,
the
we're not
last
going there.
year of the decade. Again, the decade's best. Here we go. Plays of the decade.
I just posted on
Great
Facebook.
moments of the decade.
To anybody who's
shut the heck up. It's not over. Anyway, go ahead. I'm fine.
You good? You good?
I have exorcised the demons.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
I just posted to Facebook the picture of why it's distracting. You can't see any cars. And I'm going to post the picture when we leave here. It looks like this van is part of the car. Like is there room? Tyler got up too and went and looked.
Right.
There is no way a human being can get out of that car. You know what? It's running too.
So the point is, what, the van's running? So anyway, there's this van which is really close to driver's side. Like literally, if the guy's parking the van next to this red car, there's no way he could get out unless he went over to the passenger side, get out the passenger side door. So my question to you is,
What is going on?
It's
not a lot of room either.
That's my point.
Crazy.
So was the van parked there first? Had to be. Because the guy wouldn't be able to get out of that driver's side.
This is a total, if you follow on Facebook, parking lot douchebags. this is a picture.
Oh, you're
like,
right.
This may be my indoctrination. Like, but I don't know who's at fault. Like, I'm kind of watching to see who comes out.
We do know that there is a douchebag parked on one of those cars.
Oh, yeah.
There is at least
one of those
one
cars
D-bag.
has no concern for other human
Exactly.
beings in their
Right.
life.
Consideration is not in the vocabulary.
No.
At least not driving consideration.
Nope. Me,
And
me.
Yeah.
That's how they sing songs. me.
You. Oh, but that's good. See, that's real life stuff. That's good stuff you can't get every day. And it's that is breaking news, people out there.
I tried taking a picture, but ask my I'm sure my wife will chime in with a message if she's listening. There is nobody who takes worse pictures than me. I'm awful. My fingers, my phone's all dirty. I shake like a hand
but
job.
here's the thing.
It's awful.
Taking a picture with a portable camera is a lot different than a phone. So if you take a horrible picture with a phone, I get that because the cropping, the elements, and you shake a little bit. But if you're having a portable camera, you can kind of rest it a little. So can you take?
It's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with a portable?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm doing next week. I am bringing in a disposable portable camera to the studio, and we're taking photos and posting them.
Okay. So you're going to Ocean State Job Lot because it's got to be the last place that still has those.
No, they have them. No, they have them in like pharmacy, CVS. All those.
Really?
I believe so.
I don't think so.
Dude, the portable camera doesn't die. That's still people.
The portal camera is dead.
No, it's not. They have the disposables.
Outside of weddings, it is dead.
So if I go into CVS outside of here, there's no place you can go to develop film? I'm willing to bet there
You
is.
can develop film, but what you send now is like your card.
Or your disc.
Yeah, it isn't like 1 hour photo Kodak
Okay.
box. Here, I'm going to drop these off. When should I be back?
If anyone can tell me if portable cameras do exist, because I know they do. I know they do somewhere.
I just said Ocean State Job Lot. I'm giving you. You're not going to go to a major place and get that.
Would a major place be like a pharmacy, CVS or Walgreens?
I don't know if I'm...
I would say yes. That's where I get all mine.
Okay. All right. I'll give you...
Huh? Well, yeah. Oh, Walmart. Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, Walmart. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, but my point is...
I'm one step up from Ocean State
my
Job
point is
Lot.
I think they're more relevant than you think. I don't think they're as obsolete as you're making them out to be, portable cameras.
I can't remember the last time I posed for a picture of one of those.
You haven't needed to, though. That doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. What's the clientele who's buying
Lipton
that?
Cup of Soup still. They still have Hunt's Man, which I
Okay.
never knew that. I'm not sure.
Let me know the age group of people who are buying these. No, just give me a general idea. Give me like a number.
Probably anywhere. Age group? 40 plus.
40? There's people in their 40s buying disposable cameras.
You're not going to see anyone in their 20s and 30s buying cameras.
Oh, exactly. And I don't think in their 40s either. I think you can elevate your game.
40. I'm a little older, so I'm not going to play that. But there are sometimes I like having a photo developed, and I can put in a photo album. I'm one of those old school guys. I don't need to have them all on phones. My point is,
Photo
now
album?
before we get sidetracked, buddy, come on. What's a photo album?
I know what a photo album is. I have them at home. My kid pictures
Okay,
are in photo album.
wait.
My kid. I'm 44.
This totally negates the fact that I forgot both of your girls were born on the same day. Totally negates that. Portable cameras, what's a photo album? I'm off the hook. I am off the hook. I feel much lighter with that monkey off my back. No, my point is, before we get back into the NFL, I don't think they're as obsolete as you think they are. I think they're more common. Because you haven't seen them, I haven't seen one used, doesn't mean they're not there. And I'm going to bring one in. You know what? I'm going to bring one in. I'm going to find one, and I'll tell you where I find it. I'll bring the receipt, so there'll be no discrepancy. And
It'll be with your sale and catcher's
and we're going to take photos in studio with a disposable portable camera. Wow, be that as it may. All right, back to the NFL. 11:39 a.m. here on the E2G Sports Podcast. We're continuing on with the wild card weekend in the NFL. We've already been to the Minnesota, New Orleans. We think New Orleans is going to win, and you think handily.
Oh, yeah, 38-13.
How about
I think
this?
was the score I picked this morning.
It's 42 straight games. The New Orleans defense has not surrendered 100 yards to a running back. That's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
That's a long time
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age, where you just don't have a letdown game with and we've always talked about New Orleans with their offense, but their defense is pretty
They've
good.
stepped up this year. Been
Yeah.
much better than they've been in the past. Absolutely.
I agree. All right, so we both picked New Orleans in this game. Here's an interesting game here. Two teams trending in a different direction.
Yeah, because of injuries and stuff like that. but
Nonetheless.
yes.
The number 5 Seattle Seahawks, who could have been the number 1 overall seed, are now relegated to go to Philadelphia and play a Philadelphia team that you and I both agree with that you just can't kill them.
No.
Philly's won 4 straight. This is their 5th playoff game in a row, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
They've won 4 straight to get to this point. They're home. That's a good pedigree. They're well coached. This is going to be a very interesting game. Seattle is 7-1 on the road this year. I think they're 5-0 in the Eastern Time Zone.
And they won in Philly already.
And they've beaten Philly. So this is the best. This is the game I want to be glued to all weekend.
Yeah, this is the best. The
Right
Sunday
here.
4:40 is the best game.
No
of the
question.
weekend.
Wilson has 4-0 career versus Philadelphia. Quandre Diggs is back in at safety for them.
That's huge.
Big time.
That's really
Yeah.
big.
But he's been sacked 26 times in the last 7 games, Wilson. So things, a little flux here with the running back situation.
Yeah.
Philadelphia and Carson Wentz is finally playing his first playoff game as a starter.
Yep.
So he's got a little something to prove. You win the division, you wipe the records out. They won the division, they're getting a home game. This is a real intriguing. I don't know where to go with this game yet.
No, I'm taking Philly because I think they're hard to kill. And just that will.
Yeah.
And last year I felt the same way about Seattle going into Dallas. I thought that was a layup win for them. And no, I don't know what it is. There are moments Pete Carroll teams do slide, a.k.a. 2 weeks ago at home.
Arizona.
Against Arizona.
You
They
can't
have those moments.
You can't lose that game.
No, that's the Patriots losing to the Dolphins. That's if Green Bay had lost to the Lions last week.
Yep.
There were a lot of these games down the stretch that were close with teams who needed to win something.
Absolutely.
It happened.
And the teams that do good things go on and win those games at that time of year. You have to.
Yeah, you galvanize.
you
Because
find
you're
a-
playing against guys who need jobs.
You find a way to win the game.
Yep.
You have to. And if you don't, then you're going to pay. And I think Seattle pays this weekend. I think they're out.
I like Travis Homer, though.
I do.
I wish we were here last week because I was on the Frank Mills podcast.
Yeah.
No plug, Frank Mills football.
Bingo.
Plug.
We'll be plugging that every week now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's big. And you'll hear more about the Frank Mills podcast and all that stuff as we get along because we're doing some stuff for it. Buddy is big time involved in it, and he's been kind enough to offer me a little spot in there too. So again, thanks for that. Merry Christmas, happy birthday, all that stuff. By the way, what was Marshawn Lynch doing talking on a cell phone last week on the sideline? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I
fine.
I heard on the radio broadcast. His mother handed him a cell phone during the game.
I'm still amazed he passed the drug test.
He's got pictures on somebody.
Oh, yeah.
He's not beast mode anymore. Derrick Henry's more beast mode than him.
He's least mode.
Exactly. It's worn off. The Skittles thing, the not talking much, it may give you a shot of adrenaline, but
It may matter when you're good.
if he carries 15 times this week, they're losing
They're
this game.
losing. Yep. He's not in football shape.
No.
He's being in shape and not.
Sorry.
And I saw him and I was like, oh my God, is that C.J. Anderson from last year?
I remember who was huge, right? But there's only one. It was name only. That's why he was back with that team.
Yeah.
Name only.
Yeah. They brought him and Turbin back because of familiarity with the system.
That's
Robert
it.
Turbin was the other guy who was brought back. Instead of the kid from Tarleton State who was on the practice squad, I thought they were going to bring up. But
Right.
it is what it is. But no, I'm going with Philadelphia.
Yeah, I like Philly. That's a gritty team. And you know what? If you may not be a fan of the Eagles, but something about those teams that can
try.
just, huh?
They try.
They do. They're right. They'll play. They play hard, and they get that pedigree. And Peterson's a darn good coach and can get this team on the same wavelength. And they're home this weekend. And I like Philly to move on. See what you want about getting a 9-7 division win, or 9-7 winning the division. So we both like Philadelphia on the road. Anyway, but we're gonna let's get into the Patriots after the break. I want to talk about.
We'll have another break.
Yeah, we're going to take one more break in about 3 minutes. So I want a couple of coaching situations. First of all, we still don't know if Jason Garrett, it's out there that he's not going to be back in Dallas. In the question of what the heck are you waiting for, Jerry Jones?
Because he wants to drag this out and make himself the show.
That's it.
Them the show.
You think that there might be some other thing in the works, maybe interview with McDaniels, but no, this is all about Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
This is his ego.
We're family. my ass, your family. Stop with that. And number two is, this has killed me. What were the Cleveland Browns doing firing the guy who brought in all that talent, who's a real good GM in John Dorsey?
That made no sense
Because
to me whatsoever.
right, Freddie Kitchens was the only problem with that team. They have all the talent in the world. You can argue that the talent may be right up there with the best in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Team-wise.
Yeah.
So it's not the GM's fault.
No, it's not his fault.
No.
The guy and the coach, he did not belong as a coach.
No.
Oh, God.
That really torqued me off. I'm like, what are you doing? This is the time for you now. Your window is now to get better. You got pieces there. Use it. And put the right pieces in place, not only on the field, but off the field. That's a real interesting. It's a pretty good job opening. And McDaniels is an Ohio guy, right?
Yeah, his dad's an Ohio high school legend as far as being a
So
coach.
there's some where there's smoke, there's fire. That could be. But, man, I don't know how you get rid of a guy like Dorsey. I really don't.
Nope, makes no sense to me.
Nope, that bothered me. But good old Doug Marrone seems to have staved off execution.
Yeah, I'm a Doug Marrone guy, so I can admit that.
I like him.
Yeah, I do. It goes back to my Uncle Gary, who passed away 3 years ago. He was a Syracuse season ticket holder, and he told me about this guy. He's like, you're going to like this guy, Doug Marrone. He's your type of guy, football. He's kind of built the program from the inside out.
Right.
In the way he carries himself, and the players carry themselves is very respectful. So it was kind of something I watched. Then he went to Buffalo. They should have made the playoffs in 2014.
So you can argue he's had success. He was 10 minutes away from going to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he definitely was.
With the Jacksonville team. So he can coach. We know that. You may have to restructure a little bit. But that's a talented team in Jacksonville too. So don't sleep on them as well. And if you're a free agent, you might be attracted there. Yes, I know. And I'm actually looking at the time. Charlie, you're very proud of me because I'm actually looking at it's 11:47. It's time to break. And we'll get the status of the car situation out here and see if there's any.
Nobody's moved.
I haven't seen any sirens or seen any red or blue lights, so everything's kosher for at least one D-bag out there. Anyway, we're going to get back to the game. Close at hand. Tennessee at New England tomorrow night, about 8:15. And our fourth and final segment coming up on E2G Sports. Stay with us.
Life around here can be hard. Money's tight, unemployment's high, and sometimes opportunity seems too far away. You work hard and often. At times, you might not have the time or the energy to fight. The insurance companies in corporate America have endless resources and their pockets are full, and they don't fight fair. That's why when it comes to your legal matters, you need someone who's fought them and won over and over again. Someone who's going to take it personally, not get intimidated, not get bullied or pushed around for an early or unjust settlement. My record is proven. The results are clear. Let me and my firm fight for you when you need it most.
At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash today. That's right, cash money immediately for your old appliances, old automobiles, metal wire, and scrap salvage. Excel has 3 locations in the South Coast. 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona. Nobody will pay you more than Excel. At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash. Come see us again at 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona.
KB Glass Company can cover all your needs. Commercial, residential, storefronts, glass replacements, custom showers, and mirrors. Whether it's for your business or your home, KB Glass is your one-stop shop for all your glass needs. Call KB Glass at 508-677-7179 or 401-639-2716.
We're back? And we're back. I get the finger pointed at me. It's not the bad finger. It's the, okay, we're back finger. Foam finger. No foam finger. So your number one finger. Well, whatever. Anyway, E2G Sports. Fourth and final segment here on January 3rd of the year 2020. It is 11:50 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. And the big game here tomorrow night. The game that everybody wasn't expecting the Patriots to be in, but they are. The Tennessee Titans, who are the 6th seed, coming up to Foxborough to play the number 3 seed Patriots. The Pats are 2-1 in wild card games under Bill Belichick and TB12. They've never reached a Super Bowl, though, as a wild card entrant. So does that play mentally into their state of mind, if you will, into their game plan? I don't think so. I think once you take the field, you forget all about that. Wide receivers of the Patriots have dropped 34 Brady pass attempts, which ranks second behind only Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dallas. I was trying to think of who it was because I heard somebody was more.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lots.
no, and just
if you want to talk about trends, two teams trending in the wrong direction. You're looking at a Tennessee team who's won 7 out of their last 10.
But the other thing, I saw Michael Hurley mention it, or DJ Bean last night mention it.
Anyway, and so while you trending, the Patriots started 9-0. What, they're 3-4 in their last 7, right? New England.
Yes.
So go ahead. You were saying about.
Yeah. No. Don't forget. 2 weeks ago, Tennessee lost 2 of their last 3. Just remember that too.
Okay.
That's another thing to remember. I
Good
understand there's a lot of wins,
point well taken.
but there's 2 of the last 3 games that they've lost.
Who's the best quarterback on the field tomorrow? Right now. Say it.
I got to be honest. Right now, Ryan Tannehill.
You want to hear some stats to back that up?
Yeah.
This season, Tannehill, 70.3 completion percentage. Brady, 60.8. Per attempt, Tannehill, 9.6 yards. Brady, 6.6. Well, I'm putting. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions from Mr. Tannehill, 24 TDs and 8 for Brady. And Tannehill hasn't even played a full season. 117.5 passer rating as opposed to 88. Tannehill over Brady. Tannehill's on one of these historical runs.
But he plays terrible here. There's an elephant in the room he's got to get over, man.
He does not need to perform big in this game for them to win. You realize that?
Well, I think they're going to try to take away Derrick Henry.
They're going to have to take it.
They have no choice.
Derrick Henry runs, you're losing, and you could lose big. This guy squares his shoulders and gets upfield. Boom, you're not going to put him down. Sorry. But, again, a change of scene. Tannehill isn't a bad quarterback. He was in a bad situation in Miami. Comes here. You talk about mental aspects of players, buddy. He's riding high right now. His confidence is really high. He's not with a team, Miami, in the past, who were a bunch of quitters.
Mm-hmm.
He's with a team that's well coached.
Yep.
A team with weapons.
Yeah, A.J. Brown has been big for them.
Huge.
Jonnu Smith has really elevated his game.
So there are pieces in place that he didn't have in Miami. Expectations weren't as high as in Miami. I think he's maybe he could get over that New England hump tomorrow, and he does not have to go out and throw for 350 yards.
Oh no!
And oh, by the way, Mike Vrabel would like nothing more to come in here and beat up on his old team.
He wants to shove it up Bob Kraft's ass.
Bingo!
So bad.
Did you hear the comment? The Patriot Way comment.
I love it.
So if you're a player if you're playing for Tennessee, I'm fired up right now thinking about that. That's exactly what I want my coach to say. Don't come in here and bow to the masses and talk about how great they are and talk about how 20 years and the best quarterback in the NFL and the greatest quarterback. Come in here and say the Patriot way, isn't that where like a couple
What the movie theater is?
Loved it.
Yep. Perfect answer.
Loved it. And let's not forget, he had a pretty big part in this.
Oh yeah,
franchise.
we were in the locker room those years. Yeah, he was a boss. After Willie left, he was a boss. More so than Brewski, more so. That was his locker room.
When I covered the Super Bowl in New Orleans and they played the Rams, he wasn't on the field. He wasn't that big guy yet. He was in the stands. And we got an interview with him, which is really good.
We've had him live in Warwick, too. I remember
Absolutely.
doing
Yeah,
that, too.
absolutely. Now, he was an afterthought in a trade with Kansas City. He was a throw-in, Mike Vrabel.
Because of what he said.
Because he was everything he said was true. Mm-hmm. They don't want to bring free agents in. They're more worried about building Patriot Place up. Everything he said was true. He was jettisoned out of town in the offseason.
Yep.
Matt Castle was the big name in that trade. So I'm telling you. And we talked about it when Vrabel was named head coach. A nice little rivalry here with this team.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be real interesting. And if his team can take the identity of Mike Vrabel, they're going to give you everything you got. They're going to give you everything you can handle. Everything. Now, I know you talked about it. We talked last week, a day after the game. And what did you say?
I thought Tennessee was winning.
Going to come in here and run all over them.
Yep.
And I know that was a knee jerk, and I get it.
I've totally changed my tune.
Is it cooler heads prevailing, or did there...
My big thing is the people I see who are going to the game. Like the hardcores are going.
Was that enough to pull them over, though?
Let me tell you, it's something. It's better than...
It's better than last week. Oh, no question.
Ooh, look at my Candy Crush score. Ew.
But
Football game.
But are there going to be 60,000 hardcore fans, or maybe 20,000 more than there were last week? I'm not negating what you said. I think it's a big part of it. But Tennessee's the type of team that can come in here and
play physical
and neutralize. And if you put pressure on Brady, it's not the same person.
They're going to put middle pressure.
They're going to, right.
Oh, that's where it's coming from.
No question. And
this is a pony formation game.
And you know how, and he has his problems with pressure up the middle. Mm-hmm. And he, as indecisive and as non-secure as he is, arguably with his receivers, that could be a big problem.
Oh, it's going
to be a big problem, and that's what I'm looking at.
I guarantee that's what they're prepping for.
No,
middle pressure.
Yeah, but can you negate that? I think, man, I'm telling you, James White, big game. So they got to go short.
They're gonna put a corner or safety on him. They're gonna negate him. I think this is a Burkhead game, and another sneaky guy, one of the tight ends. I just have a feeling has 3 or 4 catches.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know which one. Maybe they combine for 4 catches. I know that's not a lot, but it's more than it's been. And in the Buffalo game, we saw what it was to be able to use all the guys, to have 9 different guys catching the pass.
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots. In the beginning of this week, it was Tennessee.
I still think that. Yeah, I agree. I still think New England's going to have to get a defensive score. I really do. They're going to have to control. They're going to have to win the turnover battle. And as badly... Well, Devontae Walker's a heck of a receiver. Devontae Parker's a great receiver, and he undressed Stephon Gilmore last week.
1 o'clock Gilmore showed up.
Right. So look for him to have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Gilmore.
Yep. Because it's prime time. When the lights are brightest, he's best.
Right.
Those 1 o'clock kickoffs, he's not prepped.
It's just funny because you look at this game and on the surface you say, football-wise, talent-wise, Tennessee should win the game. But we're basing it all on this New England. We're still waiting for this New England team to rise up at a situation. We've waited all year long. Can they do it now?
It's like Hulk Hogan. You're waiting for him just to rise up and make it.
Yeah, you have to.
Eventually, Hulk Hogan got beat, though.
Of course he did.
That's the problem. Not that wrestling's real, but I think it is.
Tennessee's on their 4th kicker, by the way. And their kicker right now, this kid Greg Joseph, has not even attempted a field goal.
That's good.
It's big.
That's good. That's a good place to put him in.
I like New England in a close game. And
Me too.
I'm really reluctant saying that because I can really see Derrick Henry running all over this team tomorrow. But I like New England in a close game to go to Kansas City the following week, which I hope we'll talk about because that would be a matchup. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'll tell you, man, people are going to know who you are after tomorrow because you're going to stand out in that crowd.
Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
And your daughter as well.
Yeah, somebody's got to bring the noise.
Since the 1970 merger, the NFL rushing champion is 0-3 in the playoffs. Derrick Henry, rushing champion this year. Just saying. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. Good to be back in studio with you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Tyler, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your help. Thanks to Mike Heron for having us here. And thanks for the 2 cars in the back kind of distracting us and providing us with some really kind of
They got to work there
side
and
road
this is set
stuff.
up. I will take a picture and post to Facebook after.
All right.
This is This is very distracting.
We're gonna make a segment out of this, like off the rails.
Like
sort of
we'll
segment.
interview the people. We'll bring them in.
Give me the cordless mic. I'll go.
And one of them's a
On the road.
white van. So I'm gonna go look for the candy and puppies.
Jesus Christ. Oh, on that note, hey, listen, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all your support, good feedback. Keep doing it, and tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. We're open to all kinds of criticism on Facebook.com and YouTube, E2G Sports page. This has been the E2G Sports Podcast, Wildcard Edition. Have a great football weekend, everybody. Take care.